Welcome to Roseau, Dominica for a Concacaf Nations League Group C matchup. It's Dominica and St. Lucia going head-to-head for the first time in the group stage. Lots of experience already for Dominica, already played 2 matches. And they will get to host St. Lucia as it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit, very sunny, bright. I mean, a little overcast, all things considered, but the good thing is there's a very slight % chance of rain. So we should be all clear for this one. As you see, this is League C and Group C. And the other team in the mix is Anguilla. So just like Dominica, they have 2 draws, and that's because the 2 teams have played twice and both have ended up in draws. The first was a scoreless draw, the second was 1-1. And here are, like I said, the previous games for Dominica. Just, you know, the problem I think has been for Dominica, just scoring-wise, they have outshot Anguilla both times. They have had the advantage in possession time, corner kicks, all of that, and yet both were draws. And then here are the upcoming games for St. Lucia. Like I mentioned, this is it for Dominica in this June window, whereas St. Lucia is just getting started. So they have this game, and then they'll take on Anguilla a couple of times, one of which will be in March. So this will, again, conclude coming this weekend, this CONCACAF Nations League group stage, and then we'll be back at it in March of 2023. So there's a lot of times for both these teams to, you know, kind of look back at this tournament, see what went well, what didn't, but of course a lot of these players will go back to their club teams and focus on finishing out that season before that March window.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Windsor Park Stadium. Today is the Concacaf Nation League match, Dominica versus St. Lucia. Dominica versus St. Lucia, right here at the Windsor Park Stadium. We're getting set for the teams to make it through to the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand at attention for the national anthem of St. Lucia. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
match between Dominica and St. Lucia. These two teams have not met quite yet, and like I said, Dominica, as you see their lineup there, has had 2 matches against Anguilla, and they've both been draws. So Glenson Prince is the keeper today. He's also the captain. He has the most caps with this team of anyone available. Over 60 plus. And then Julian Wade is another player to watch out for on this Dominica team because he has the most goals in history, 20 plus, with this team for Dominica. So a lot of historical talent in terms of the country on this roster still for Dominica, and that is good to see on their side. And we see the 4 referees today. Odette Hamilton will be the main referee. All 4 are from Jamaica. As you see Richard Washington, Damian Williams, and Nerissa Goldson as well. For St. Lucia, I mean, there's not as much to talk about because we don't have a great sample size of what they've done, especially, you know, in this season. They have not played yet in the Concacaf Nations League, and you know, I mentioned this prior, they're going to play 1 more game here in June, and then they'll get 1 in March. So they're just off to a later start. That's the way the schedule has kind of been set up by Concacaf. So not all the games are at one time. And of course, a lot of these players from, you know, wherever country are also in the midst of a club season. And so, you know, you can't take a month off for Concacaf Nations League, but this is a very exciting game. As St. Lucia, you see who they send out. Frederick is the captain today, and Barclet is their keeper. Barclet has been a part of the St. Lucia national team since he was in, you know, the youth circuit. He was part of the U20 team, and he's back in goal for St. Lucia. Again, very excited for these two sides. We're at Windsor Park Stadium. Neither side has ever made the Gold Cup, and there's still a chance because Dominica and Anguilla tied twice. This is really anyone's group, Group C. And remember, this is League C, and so what that means is that you have to win the group in order to enter the prelims to get to the Gold Cup. So it's a long journey from Group C, or from League C, I should say, but it's not impossible. And so both of these teams and both of these countries that have never made the Gold Cup are absolutely interested in getting there, and the journey starts right now. In green, got the home side in Dominica, and St. Lucia is in blue today. You see back in net, again, Prince the keeper, also the captain on the side for Dominica. Then on the other side, you see Barclet, keeper for St. Lucia.
Just to give you the match officials. Official in the middle, Odette Hamilton.
We're just waiting for the okay, and then we'll get started here.
Richard Washington. Second, Damian Williams. Fourth,
In CONCACAF Nations League, League C, there's B and A as well. And if you're in League A, you have a chance to actually hoist the trophy. A little bit of a tongue twister there. And then if you're in League B, you can go straight to the Gold Cup if you win. Everyone else is really just trying to get to the prelims and then play each other to try to get to the Gold Cup. So like I said, it's a little bit of a longer route, and a lot of, you know, being in League C has to do with mostly how you performed in the first edition. So for St. Lucia and Dominica didn't have a great last edition of the CONCACAF Nations League, so that's why they are in League C and have a bit of a longer journey than, say, you know, the United States would, who's in League A. All right, so we're underway again. Roseau, Dominica. Quick toss back for St. Lucia. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that this team got off to a later start. Of course, they have fresher legs than the teams that they're going to be going up against, but at the same time, they haven't had a chance to really build some of that chemistry as a leading pass and offside is called. Mcfarlane racing ahead. So I'm sure only time will tell, and we can kind of make a guess based on how things go for this St. Lucia team. This is a country that, you know, doesn't have a long history internationally, St. Lucia. And most recently, they withdrew from World Cup qualification. So they're just trying to get stability as well. And this would be a great opportunity to do that. Had some success in the Caribbean Cup in the 90s. Came in third place in 1991. But again, it's just about consistency. Pass intercepted. Quick touch out. Stanislas. That left side off a cross. Diving out and covering it is Prince, the keeper for Dominica. Again, had a shutout in the first game against Anguilla. Prince did. Overall, he has 5 saves so far in 2 matches played. Just allowed the 1 goal in, again, another draw against Anguilla. That's never easy to play the same team twice. It really is like a series, and a little bit of chaos in front there. Barclet able to make something happen, and in the process, he kind of ran into Frederick for Dominica, who's now down. Again, Hamilton, that's Odette Hamilton, the head referee today, just checking in on Frederick to make sure he's all good. Let's take another look at this. Yeah, just an awkward kick up. You would think if anyone would get a little banged up in that situation, it would be Barclet. But anyway, it's back here with St. Lucia, working around off a swing. Mentioned this in the open, but Dominica in the first couple of games against Anguilla really did dominate possession time, shots. I mean, in the first match, outshot them 12-4. In the second one, 12-6. And again, both were draws, and they only have 1 goal in 2 games. So they've been knocking on the door multiple times, had so many good opportunities, and just couldn't capitalize quite yet. And so you wonder if maybe things are going to start to come together here in match 3, or if they'll continue with those struggles. Joseph pokes it back. Prosper with some directions. Lofted out. Of course, this is one of many matches going on. Concacaf Nations League plays through this weekend. A, B, and C, and so there's a ton of games going on. There's been some absolutely thrilling ones, some surprising victories here and there. And with only 3 teams in this group, the St. Lucia, Dominica, and Anguilla group, everyone's going to get a really good taste of each other. Like I said, already played twice, Dominica and Anguilla, so there's going to be some real rivalries brewing, and this is really, truly anybody's group. And it's not like St. Lucia is walking into a situation where they don't have much of a chance or they would have to win out in order to win the group. That's not the case with the 2 draws. In fact, if they were able to pick up 3 points, that would create some separation already, as a bunch of bodies down in the midfield. That was Remy who fell down for St. Lucia. Off the left foot, intercepted by the defense, bounced around here. Stanislas trying to track it down, and it goes out. Back with St. Lucia. Remy draws a foul. We'll pull it back and do a free kick. Kurt Frederick, the captain. Settled from the back. Doxilly. We have a whistle here, and Hamilton's going to talk to two players. Now, I think that's going to be just a warning, but we see Williams for Dominica, and on the St. Lucia side, just saw Thomas getting a little talking to. Excuse me, that's Stanislas. In the last match, the first goal was scored by Dominica within 4 minutes. Had to hang on, but just couldn't quite hang on to that lead. And Anguilla scored in the 57th minute to earn the draw. Here comes St. Lucia again. Mcfarlane off a cross. No call there. It seems like Dominica thought it was a handball. Frederick swings it left. Stanislas with a bouncer. Pearson. Terrell Thomas. Joseph. Touch wide. Frederick. Stanislas. Deflected. Cleared out towards the middle. Now we got to push from behind. Player down for Dominica. That's Wade right there. Again, Julian Wade has the only goal for Dominica so far in this Concacaf Nations League tournament. Let's see. Yeah, maybe just got an awkward bump from behind. Wade's been with the team since 2014. He's got over 20 goals. And again, that's the most of any player in Dominica history. So a real legend for this national team. Clip to the midfield. Doxilly. And a foul. Mcfarlane barrels through, and a beautiful spot for a free kick coming here for St. Lucia. So whereas Dominica really controlled possession and kind of the momentum of the games against Anguilla, St. Lucia has looked very strong so far in the opening 10 minutes of this match. Prince getting set in net. See the wall being built. Myers is going to take this for St. Lucia. That one sails way over. Well, not the look that St. Lucia would want from such close range. You know, I was just talking about Wade and how long he's been with this national team. Well, Prince Keeper has been with Dominica for much longer, since 2005. So he's got over 60 caps with the team. I think it's probably really helpful when you have someone like that in net too. Just a constant. Help these young players get acclimated at an international level. Comes Barclet. Big long ball, trying to stay onside. St. Lucia corrals it in, poked out. See Theodore Jr. Celestine Theodore Jr. actually plays college soccer in the United States. Most recently was with Florida Atlantic University. Battle sends it back Dominica's way. No great opportunities for either side. However, again, St. Lucia has definitely been in their attacking third more. The best look was that free kick right on top of the area. Wasn't really close, off target, way high. More physical play, St. Lucia. Myers in the circle here. Frederick looking for options, sends it forward. Box out, beautiful one there by Jolly for Dominica. Gets his team the ball back. Swiped right back though by Remy. Remy up the middle. Swung right, intercepted. Frederick, that's Anthony Frederick on the Dominica side. The Vial. Skates this one back, now moving forward. Back and forth we go. Dominica still unable to really get into their attacking third. These two countries have actually met recently on the men's senior side. They had met in neutral ground in St. Vincent. It was a 1-1 draw, and it was called the Windward Island Tournament. So I mean, honestly, that was so long ago. A lot of these players weren't there, but it is the most recent game between these two countries. And considering a lot of times you get into Concacaf Nations League, and some countries have really never played each other, only played each other a handful of times throughout the course of history. That's pretty recent. So at least they kind of have a feel for each other's identity. Kurt Frederick. Pearson. Here's a chance. Mcfarlane rips one. The save, the bobble, and the cover completed by Prince. That's the first on-target shot that we've seen so far. Mcfarlane wants another piece of it. Racing forward. Causes a mistake. Pearson. Another chance. In the box. Prince denies. What a save there. Does look like Prince is a little shaken up after that. You can see him down in the frame right now. Looks like he'll be all right. Maybe walking it off, any sort of cramp, something like that. That's 2 saves in a row for Prince. Let's take another look at this one. This is the first one Not a clean catch, of course. He's able to just dive on it because Theodore Jr. is coming for him. The second one was a one-on-one and a beautiful stop from Prince. And now his team has the ball. Looking to take the lead. Yeah, so Prince is back right now. Like I said, he went down, he came up, went down again, and definitely had to hurl his body to try to make that stop. And so I don't know if he landed awkwardly or what, but getting stretched out right now, Prince is. Chance for everyone to just kind of catch their breaths. Catch their breath. Again, we should be all clear today. Although Dominica, no chance of rain. A little overcast. All in all, a very nice day for football. Doxilly. Prosper. Dominica just can't even really penetrate past that invisible, attacking third line. They haven't been able to really get there at all. Credit to St. Lucia. These passes haven't been the most crisp for Dominica either. Which is odd because the accuracy for Dominica was extremely high in that first match, especially against Anguilla, 94%. We got a player down for St. Lucia, but we're playing on. Frederick. Two defenders swarm. Swipe completed, and now we'll get the whistle because player's still down for St. Lucia. It does appear to be Remy. Let's see. It is Remy. Yeah, maybe kicked from behind from Prosper. Remy's up and trying to walk it off. All right, so St. Lucia ball. Cut to the right. Moves behind. Little bit of pressure coming for Dominica. Now some pressure from Jolly. Doxilly. Couple of moves. Retreats. Barclet comes way out. Thomas. Centers. Joseph. Soars it over a couple of heads. There's a tackle there, but an illegal one. We got a free kick for St. Lucia. And a yellow card is being given out to Laville. That's the first one that we've seen so far. Let's see this again. Nothing egregious. But again, Laville gets that yellow card, and St. Lucia gets possession. Just one shot combined between the two teams. dangerous, but ultimately it deflects off a defender lightly to Prince. Felt like there, Dominica, just a little too much time playing with it in their own box. It's never a position you want to find yourself in. Not able to totally clear here. Prosper. Up ahead to George. George down on the green, still fighting for it. Two defenders all over him, and he maintains possession. Just stand there. Jolly loses it. Joseph on the race, a little entangled there with Remy. Over 20 minutes in, again, Concacaf Nations League, St. Lucia versus Dominica. League C, also Group C. There's only 3 teams in this group. These are 2 of them, and then of course Anguilla as well. This is it for this June window for Dominica, played now 3 matches, and St. Lucia will get 1 more. They will take on Anguilla this weekend. Joseph connects. Back and forth with George. Just saw a valiant effort from George. Nice to get it back off the touch line. There was a chance, but no shot put on. That was Wade, though, and if there's somebody you want to go 1v1 with a keeper, it's Wade on the Dominica side. Too much juice on that one. Hops to Prince. Directing traffic on that. So he's had one really fantastic stop so far in this first half. St. Lucia had a stretch of a couple of minutes where they were making some noise, but it is the only technical shot. There was another one that was, you know, did make him move a little bit, but it didn't count as a shot, but that's it. I mean, there hasn't been much going on. A lot of play has been in the midfield. But remember, again, these 2 teams have not played yet in Concacaf Nations League, and the last time these 2 countries met was in 2019. So there's definitely a feeling out period going on right now. Just trying to find the seams in the way each other play. Prince. Yeah, we have as many yellow cards as we do shots. 1. And that 1 yellow card given out to Laval on the Dominica side. Snaking through, here's a chance across, and it's way off. Looks like this will take us to the cooling break here in the first half. Again, you saw this pregame if you were tuning in, but 86 degrees in Roseau, Dominica, and this is a day game. So in both halves, we'll have a cooling break and serves as an opportunity for both sides to take a rest, yes, and also to kind of talk things over about how they're going to move forward in this game. Like I said, it does feel like both sides are just kind of trying to understand how the other side plays. And maybe now that there's an opportunity to talk to the head coaches, things will change a little bit. Small adjustments can be made. See Lachu there. He is the head coach for Dominica, Rajesh Lachu. And then on the other side, it's Stern John, the head coach for St. Lucia. Again, neither of these countries have qualified for the Gold Cup. And in order to do it in League B, or excuse me, this is League C, you don't have the luxury of finishing second. You have to finish first in your group. Now, there's only 3 teams in this group, so it does make it a little bit easier. But it's still going to be complicated. But again, step 1 is winning your league. Then you go to the prelims and you play the second place teams in League B to go along with the rest of the winners in League C. Whereas if in League B you win your group, then you're automatically in the Gold Cup. It also helps to win League C, your group, because it means you can move up to B the next time around, and if you have a successful campaign, you don't have to jump through all these hoops to get to the Gold Cup. You just immediately get there. So obviously, you know, there's some relegated teams from League B, those that finish in the bottom of their group, and then movement will happen in the next edition of Concacaf Nations League. So really the point is that you're setting yourself up for the future, whether it's a chance to get to the Gold Cup, whether it's a chance to move on to League B. Dominica trying to get something going, blazing through on the opposite side. Quick cut off, St. Lucia. Collision, and that's going to be a foul against Dominica. And you can see Hamilton trying to break that up real quick. Kelrick Walter commits a foul. Let's see this again. Yeah, it's really, again, it's the push from behind, going full speed ahead too. Shot forward, offside, I was gonna say. I didn't know if they were gonna let that stand for a second, but yes, offside. From Prince. Certainly been challenged a little bit more than Barclet on the opposite side for St. Lucia. Slides out on Dominica. It is St. Lucia ball. That was a nice tackle put on the far side. Another foul on Dominica. Could we be getting another card? No, but a warning. A stern one at that. For Leveille, by the way, who's playing with a card. So he has to be extra careful. The last thing you want if you're Leveille is number 1 to exit this game, and number 2 to have your team play without a player. Let's see this. I mean, it was more of a forward tackle, I guess, right into the leg. And now a player down for St. Lucia. I think we're going to have quite a bit of stoppage time. But this was a little bit of a problem for Dominica, just playing very physically in their first couple of games. In fact, Dominica, by the way, is second in fouls committed in this Nations League tournament. So of all the countries competing, they're second. So it does mean if you're going into a match against them, you have to physically prepare, but it also means that it can work to your advantage because now you're just getting the ball back. stops the game, also reduces any sort of, I know it's a cliche, but flow to the match. And maybe it's a strategy for Dominica. But now waltzing off in a bit of pain is Myers for St. Lucia. We'll see if he can return or if they have to make a substitute very early in this one. Bounces off a couple bodies. Thomas with the kickback. Over the head of Mcfarlane. Trying to edge it back. No. Dominica, possession. You can hear the crowd getting a little louder. Tristan Sandy, left wing. Here's a chance for Dominica and a diving save, a kick save at that for the keeper in Barclet. Look, that was a tough angle, but still. Not only did Barclet stop a shot, it also stopped anything from slipping through in any sort of cross. So see that. I don't know if that, I mean, obviously it was kind of intended. But he didn't dive, interestingly enough. He used his feet on that. Levile. Frederick. Same spot. Here comes George. Full split. Punch backwards and stays with Dominica. Foul this time on St. Lucia. Decent spot for a free kick here on the Dominica side. And I think that I see the keeper in Barclet sitting down in net right now, apparently hurt. There was that foul committed by St. Lucia. Didn't see what happened to Barclet, and I don't know if it happened when he made that kick save or after the fact. But this kind of, you know, serves as an opportunity for Dominica to make sure they're on the exact same page about how they're going to execute it, but also it's a little bit of icing the kicker. Obviously not purposely, but on the St. Lucia side. All right, so it does look like Barclet is up and ready. No great looks yet for Dominica. They have one shot so far. See if they can make something happen, get shot number 2. Off the kick, rises high and out. It's the second time, one for each side, that we've seen a free kick just go way out. Get about 10 minutes left until we get to stoppage time. See that again. And it's George. Sails it way high. Stanislas hungry for more on the St. Lucia side. Back to his captain. With some momentum. Pushed ahead. A Dominica defender, while falling down, knocks that one out. Shouldn't that be a corner? That's what St. Lucia thinks. We have not seen a corner for either side, actually. And that was something that Dominica was really successful against, or in, when they played Anguilla. In the first match, 6-1 corner kicks in favor of Dominica. In the second match, 7-1. Myers back on the pitch after being removed for a little while with an injury. Steps out on the touchline, so back with Dominica, the home side. Nothing much offensively yet for either country. Just in the first half, again, Concacaf Nations League, Dominica, St. Lucia. This is the group stage. Thing that is hard about this, though, if you're Dominica and you're about to go home for this June window, this is their final game in the group stage this summer. The last thing you want to do is go home with 3 straight draws, and so they would love to create some separation, get 3 points, especially because they can't really control what happens next, as St. Lucia has this game and another game. Anguilla plays again. So they'll just be watching from the sidelines, and the last thing they want to do is have another team kind of control their destiny. Foul committed by Dominica, so St. Lucia controls. Off of possession, we'll circle back. Remy, right wing. There's a cross inside, intercepted, still in the air in the box. Charging in. Thomas, Frederick. Mcfarlane. Prosper denies. Wade trying to take 2 defenders. Doesn't get through. Possession time is in favor of St. Lucia, 54%. And here they have it now. Right wing. Squared. Sent out again. There's a very physical play. Dominica player just got crunched. And we'll see our first yellow card on the St. Lucia side. This one given out to Theodore Jr. See this again, just trying to clear. Obviously had possession and very obvious
Number
trip.
22 for St. Lucia, Celestine Theodore. Yellow card. 48th minute.
Five minutes left in, at least that we know of, in regulation. Of course, we'll have some stoppage time because we had that cooling break and a couple of injuries. See if someone can get the first goal heading into halftime. A little bit of mind games there between Prince and Mcfarlane. Home side. On the left wing. Jolly. Wade. Makes a move. Slips past the D. From behind, though, it's poked out. St. Lucia, 3v3. There was a player that fell down in the box, but no whistle. I don't know if he just fell on his own or what. Joseph. And here both coaches talking from the sideline, trying to urge their team to do a little bit more. Mcfarlane bolts into the box. Stumbles, falls, but Dominica will control now. It was Prosper that got in front of that one defensively. Has it now. Frederick. Long cross, Laville. Joseph back to his center back. Going with a 3-5-2 formation. That's what Dominica, that's what clogs up the midfield for sure. Makes them very hard to get past defensively. As we've got another tangle up and another card. This time it is going to go against Prosper on the Dominica side. So we haven't even gotten through the first half and we have 3 cards. Laville, Prosper for Dominica, Theodore Jr. for St. Lucia.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Jamal Prosper, yellow card.
Service in. Corner. Hit the head of Prosper there, who just got the yellow card, and will get the first corner in this match so far. St. Lucia has an opportunity. Again, his time is dwindling here in the first half. It seems like Mcfarlane has been a pretty good option. He certainly has a burst of speed, and you see him hanging out right next to Prince on the near post. Hamilton, referee, is going to go down there before this set piece and just kind of talk to everybody because, well, there was a little bit of acting going on and a little bit of pushing and shoving. I think both can be true. Hamilton again, just giving everyone a long stare down. Now we've got it. Headed out. And a very clear rip down there for St. Lucia. Honestly, kind of surprised that wasn't a card, as we'll get 3 minutes of stoppage time. Otherwise, that was a very clear path to a run-out, potential build-up, a transition opportunity.
3 minutes added time.
Yeah, because Wade had the edge, absolutely. Had boxed out the defender and then got ripped down at the very end there. Barclet at his feet, easy pickup for him. Thomas. Terrell Thomas, by the way, plays in the United Kingdom, plays in the second tier over in Europe for Reading FC. So that's the Championship League. Lots of these players, you know, kind of scattered all over the world in terms of where they play their club football. Good tackle there by Williams. Erskine Williams at his feet now. Pops it over. Levile. Joseph. Prosper. About a minute left in this first half. Dominica, St. Lucia fighting in the group stage. Concacaf Nations League. Wade had a chance, and he runs right into Barclet. Stanislas. Another diving tackle, a second one completed, and still Dominica has it. Could this be the final push before the end of the first half? Wade will give and go. Offside is called. George steps offside there. That was a very good transitional opportunity between Wade and George. And there's a final whistle for the first half. It was honestly not extremely eventful offensively, and you can tell that by the score. Dominica and St. Lucia scoreless at halftime. We'll take a break and then we'll come back in the Concacaf Nations League with some highlights from the first 45 minutes of play.
We'll be back for more football action.
Highlights here in Concacaf Nations League, the match between St. Lucia and Dominica as we get kicked off here. And honestly, not much going on offensively for both teams because the defense has been really solid, and you just saw both keepers make a save. Couple of fouls, that was really the story. Really physical play from both sides. Dominica has 2 players with a yellow card and then 1 for St. Lucia, as you see there. Just Laval giving up the first yellow card. And then here's the best look for Dominica. Off a cross, and Barclet, the keeper, intercepts, and then a free kick immediately follows that, and it's just way off for Dominica. Another tackle and another yellow card. This time it's Theodore Jr. who will be tagged for 1 there. And then there's the 3rd one, as you see Prosper given out a yellow card as well. So it's been extremely physical. There hasn't been a lot of offensive opportunities, but there, I thought that maybe that could have been a card because Wade had a clear path. But other than that, little to talk about offensively, and we'll see if after playing a half, these 2 teams can create some separation and get a goal, because it doesn't feel like this is going to be a high-scoring affair between St. Lucia and those stats. You see, I just read them to you. But, I mean, as even as it gets, I think the one thing that's a cause for concern here is the yellow cards, especially for Dominica. 2 players with a yellow card. They have to be extremely cautious. This game has been very physical, evident by the fouls, and the last thing you want to do in a game that doesn't appear to be high scoring is to have someone have to sit the rest of the way and play a player down. So again, scoreless at halftime. Concacaf Nations League will be back after this.
Tell me what I do again. Don't know if you think it's a game, but pull on, baby. What is your sin? Shona is my cousin from Bossy. This is Sayuka. Why you say you could fuck one of my friends? No, you have me stressing all day. No, you have me drinking all day.
The official Concacaf app. No matter where you are or who you're rooting for, you can watch your favorite competitions, teams, and players on the go. Get the latest news on all things Concacaf. Get access to stats, play-by-play, players' information, schedule, and standings. Get instant notifications and alerts. Discover other fans like you. And show your support in social media with our exclusive camera filters. All of that and much more. Take your Concacaf experience to the next level. Download now the official Concacaf app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, ready to go for the second half between Dominica and St. Lucia. We don't have a score yet in the Concacaf Nations League. This is the group stage, and it is League C and also Group C. The first match for St. Lucia so far, and Dominica, this is match 3 and their final one of this June window. So both teams, for different reasons, trying to make a statement, as Dominica has 2 straight draws and really wants to go home after this June trio of games and have 3 points at least. I mean, if they get a draw, they would have 3 combined. If they're able to get a win, they would now have 5 points, which, depending on what happens moving forward, could mean that they are in first place in the group heading into March of 2023, where we will complete the group stage. So this is really important for Dominica, and for St. Lucia, just want to start off on a good note. Nobody really knew what they were capable of. Of course, we've seen the names that they've been able to collect and bring on to this national team from all over the world on a club level, but we haven't seen them all together, and so this is a first taste of that, and already done a really good job defensively against Dominica and holding them to just 2 shots, but we haven't seen a score from either side. See if that changes here. Again, Dominica just has 1 goal in 2 games, and their problem was an onslaught of shots against Anguilla and just the 1 goal. So combined, they had 24 shots and 1 goal in the first 2 matches. We haven't seen anything like that in terms of shots in this game. A lot less, again, only 2 from Dominica and just 1 from St. Lucia. Booted back towards the midfield. Did see a lot of cards in the first half, 2 for Dominica and 1 for St. Lucia. So if you're just tuning in, it's Laval and Prosper from Dominica that have yellow cards, and then Theodore Jr. has a yellow card for St. Lucia. Trying to make something happen. It's Wade. Knocked out right in front of the referee on the far side, and they'll say Wade's the last to touch. Now, you know, I mentioned Wade's stats, and it's clear that St. Lucia is very concerned about Wade when he gets the ball, and so you'll just see him get a little bit more, or I think he's just being knocked around a little bit more purposefully, trying to wear him down.
Hey! Hey! Jump in, let him go backward. Let him go backward. Hey! Yeah, let him go backward. Hey, see that in front of him.
Just looking for a soccer ball here as Walter gets one now. Williams off to Prosper. Back and forth between the two center backs. Prince comes out to Prosper. We're seeing a light press being put on by St. Lucia. Mcfarlane. Again, both sides have kind of packed their midfields. 3-5-2 for Dominica, and St. Lucia's doing a 4-4-2, which is a little bit more traditional. So I do think, as a foul, Remy got pushed from behind. I do think that what that lends itself to is if you can break through those lines, then you should have a really good transition opportunity. Just haven't seen it yet. From St. Lucia, through the air, in the box, Mcfarlane, off to the back post and nobody's home. Able to grab that out of the air is Prince, and he'll punt it off. Here's Wade. Brings the defense with him. Couple of moves. Off across. Turn. Top of the box, and that's passed to no one from Leveille. Offside. Prince dives out anyway. And now it seems like things are opening up a little bit. And I think you can credit that to two things. One, we've seen a full 45 minutes from both teams. But the second is now both sides are starting to get a little tired, a little bit exhausted. I'm sure we'll see some subs come in at some point in this half.
Go on. Yes. Relax now, relax.
Theodore Jr. Myers. Chopped up to Theodore Jr. On the right wing. Here's a cross inside, intercepted. Like the idea, though. Sandy to Wade. Again, I like the idea to Leveille. The through pass, though, obviously didn't get through. I did think that was the right touch, though, from Wade. Here he is again. Swerving to the center. Completely stripped. Remy. Fouled. Could hear St. Lucia ask for a yellow card. Stern John, the head coach. But it's just a foul. Yeah, that was a pretty rough shove there. And now on the right, we'll get a free kick. Kurt Frederick will come up to take it. See everybody lining up at the top of the area. See if we can get some curl on this potential header. Once again, like on all of these set pieces between these two sides, Hamilton, the head referee, is having to go in and just kind of separate some players. Left foot. Prosper got ahead on that, knocked it out for Dominica. Back with St. Lucia, though, in their attacking third. Another deflection by the defense for Dominica. Again, we're at Windsor Park Stadium in Rizzo, Dominica. This is a home game to end Concacaf Nations League group stage in June. A lot of caveats to that. Roller out to Prince, scoops it up, calms it down here. Decent stretch for St. Lucia again, but no quality looks. They are really not asking any questions of Prince. Just that one time in the first half. And Prince had to make a fantastic, beautiful stop. Here's a chance. Remy. Cross and a goal! Mcfarlane taps it in. And St. Lucia goes up 1-0. Look at this celebration for St. Lucia. Just got Barclet, their keeper, involved, came all the way down from the box to celebrate. As Mcfarlane gets some love from his teammates. We'll take another look. I mean, this really started by Remy. A beautiful cross, perfect timing, and this defense had been so solid for Dominica all match. But that's exactly what I was saying. They had to ask some questions of Prince, make him move. He hadn't really had to move this entire match, and finally, a great sequence puts the visiting nation up. So Mcfarlane, the good goal. That's the first one for St. Lucia in Concacaf Nations League. Again, they'll have another match this weekend, and then in March as well. Obviously looking to retaliate. Dominica. It's George on the right corner. Back to George. Left-footed swing. Headed down to Wade. Trying to get squared. Laval off left. Cross in, and it goes out on the end line. This Dominica team has not found themselves playing from behind yet. Again, in their first two matches, obviously the first one against Anguilla, nobody scored. And then the second one, they were the ones to score first when Wade struck in the 4th minute. This is new territory in this tournament for Dominica.
Inside, not blind. Inside, not line. Inside, yes. Next side. Hey, it's Celeste out.
St. Lucia, the little flare off left, and it goes out.
Leicester, keep coming. Hold.
Again, we haven't seen either side make a sub yet.
Come on, let's go. Come on, Juice. Play, drive.
Quick interception. Remy has an assist today. Nice battle. Jolly wins out. Him and Mcfarlane. And they'll have to be separated, both with a jersey tug. But it's a Dominica foul. And here come some Dominica subs. So it looks like Longdon will come in. That's Daryl Longdon. And he will take out Levile, who did look a little bit tired there. So Levile is replaced in that forward spot. And then it looks like Bonnie will come in. Marcellus Bonnie will check in. And he'll take out Tristan Sandy in the midfield. So 2 subs for Dominica, now trying to get some fresh legs. Down a goal.
23, Odelaville going out. Coming in is number 14, Darryl Longdon. And number 15 going out, Tristan Sandy. And in comes Marcellus Bonnie.
Jolted forward, bounced around, and a foul's called. Could see bouncing off a shoulder there. And a foul is committed by Thomas. Thomas is not pleased. I think it was the initial jolt that you can't really see from that angle off of Bonnie that led to that, but that's exactly why you make a sub there, just to get someone new in that can provide a spark. And here's an opportunity for Dominica. I mean, the last time they took a free kick, it was a little bit closer, and it didn't look good. It was way too high. And so we'll see if they can at least put this on frame, get a rebound, something of the sort.
Second ball. Hey, Mcfarlane, yes.
So George is up there.
Next side, Celestin, yes.
It's Frederick who takes it, and it just goes wide. What a great look for Dominica there. Diving to maybe get a piece of that was Barclet. Couple inches off on that right post. Let's see. Anthony Frederick. Great look. So they'll say, by the way, that that went off of Barclet. So he made a save there just with his fingertips, but here comes a corner. Nothing there. Header goes out. Two shots for both teams so far. So we've got a combined 4 shots in this match so far. And one team has a goal. That's St. Lucia. Dominica playing from behind.
Watch runner. Yes. Play. Forward.
Fouls have cooled, though, a lot here in the second half. A denial by Prince. Boy, that could have been the end of this game. All of a sudden, blink and you miss an opportunity for St. Lucia, and they almost score. Just a breakdown of the defense. Staying on side there. Stanislas almost made this game 2-0. And again, I'm not saying that it's impossible to come back from down 2-0. Anything is possible, especially in tournaments like this. But just the way that Dominica has been playing and the fact that they only have 2 shots, scoring 2 goals would be really difficult. So I do think if St. Lucia can get a second one, that would probably be the end of it. Wade. Shoved down. Wait again. Take a look at this one. He's very good at getting defenders on his back and basically causing them, number one, frustration, and number two, in order to get the ball, they foul him.
Yes, relax, relax, relax.
That slides through the legs of Walter on the left side.
Peter, get the ball now. I don't like that.
Tackle. Here comes Dominica. In the box. Looking for a shot. A whiff. Second chance. No. George plays it through and puts one way high. Frustration there with Barclet and his defense. Let's see this. Oh my goodness, from Wade. Had the opportunity, no. And then the second one, again, George just fell down, slipped in the process, and so he wasn't able to put his weight over his shot. And as a result, it was pretty weak and was deflected. That was the most chaos that Dominica has created in the box. And more of that would be very helpful, I think. Even, more quality shots, challenge the keeper a little bit more. But decent look there for Dominica. And if they don't score a goal, they're going to wish that they had that look back. Here comes St. Lucia, ripped a shot, and it's way high. That's off of Remy again, who has an assist today. Prince. Right back to him. Mcfarlane has the goal. Theodore Jr. flies through the air. Saves 50-50. Both players a little banged up. Williams. Pass denied. Frederick. Anthony Frederick, that is. It's one on each side, by the way. Missed touch. Looks like St. Lucia will make their first sub. Augustine will come in. Sherman Augustine. And he will take out, looks like, Alvinus Myers.
Substitution for St. Lucia, going out number 13, Peter Pearson. Coming in, Sherman Augustine, number 18.
So again, Dominica has made 2 subs. One sub for St. Lucia. There is a player down right now, and it looks like it's Barclet on the other side for St. Lucia. And so this will give a little bit of a break. And by the way, it looks like that sub is Peter Pearson. So Pearson is going to come out, and Augustine will come in. And this will also be the cooling break in the second half. This is about the time, too, in these day games, middle of summer. It's not technically the middle of summer, the start of summer, when players start to cramp up. And you could see that a little bit going on with Barclet, trying to stretch out. Again, both countries in the midst of very deep conversations about how to complete this one on a strong note. For Dominica, prior to giving up that goal, I was talking about, how they would love to walk away with 3 points to end this June window in Concacaf Nations League. Now it's about trying to squeak away with 1. Of course, 2 goals would be kind of the perfect finish, but at this point, just concerned about getting over a hurdle and sending one past Barclet. Hasn't been successful yet. Lots of games coming up this weekend in Concacaf Nations League. There's a couple on Tuesday. And then today, St. Kitts and Nevis will play a little bit later against Aruba at 6. And then Puerto Rico will get their first game, actually, just like St. Lucia. And that will happen at 7 o'clock Eastern time if you're tuning in that time zone. And this is just League C action. Of course, there's League B and League A action as well throughout the day and throughout the weekend. But it's Cayman Islands, Puerto Rico, and Aruba and St. Kitts and Nevis coming up today in League C.
Yes. Oh, no. Put your foot on it. Put your foot on it. Go on. Beat him. Flick on. Yes. Your ball. Well done. Come over. Hey, in there, pal, in there.
Lone goal for St. Lucia came off of, first of all, a very nice pass, a great cross, and a great connection between Remy and Mcfarlane. But more so than anything, it came off of kind of a costly turnover by Dominica in their own defensive end. Caught them off guard. Had to race back and try to play some defense, but momentum was already going the opposite way with St. Lucia. Just up that right wing, across in front of the net, and a tap in for Mcfarlane. But there was plenty of space, too, for Remy to make a decision. And it was pretty evenly matched number-wise because everybody was preparing for a clearance, and it went haywire. Got a foul against St. Lucia, and a card is given out, this time to Thomas. Terrell Thomas with the rip down there. Again, everybody is really concerned about what's happening on that right side for Dominica because you got Wade and you have George, who have, proven to be aggressive players on that side. Have a lot of skill for Dominica as, again, just a tug of the arm.
Somebody put your head on the ball, please.
Wade goes tumbling down, and now another free kick.
St. Lucia, 70th minute.
That's a 4th card in this game and the 2nd card for St. Lucia. It's got 20 minutes left, plus stoppage time. Concacaf Nations League, Dominica, St. Lucia.
Come on, Terrell. Come on, put your head in it. Hey, Melvin! Switch it, Melvin! Tell Melvin, switch it on. Wait.
Maybe with the power that Dominica's had on this, being deeper is better. Misspoke there, didn't get enough height on that one. Back with Dominica. Try it again. This could be a good look. Barclet through the air. Sends it down, dives on it, but he's outside the box. When he covered, he's outside. And now there's a little bit of chaos on the top. Now, Hamilton made the call. And now she's standing right where this happened. So let's see. Great first touch with his left hand. Tries to get it. I understand the concept of reaching forward, but when he landed, he was outside the box. So it's not a PK, and of course you can build a wall in front, but this is as close a free kick as you're going to get. And it's from a great angle too. Pretty much, I mean, not exactly straight, but allows you to have some curve towards the net. Looking for the equalizer. Wade is there, George is there, and you also have Frederick as well. Wade slips through. Barclet, off the heel of a couple of defenders, now covers. Interesting. I don't imagine that he was trying to go there with that. I'm sure he's trying to tuck it in a corner with a low shot, and it ended up just kind of rolling at everybody's feet. That wasn't a high percentage shot, though, for Dominica. It's kind of been the story of this match so far. Let's see. So a little fake out. Wade, yeah. I guess he was trying to go for that left corner. Mcfarlane tripped. Free kick on the way for St. Lucia. Walter called for that foul. And things are getting a little chippy late in this match. Just a one-goal game. Of course, this is an international competition. And also there's a lot on the line. And for St. Lucia just starting in the Concacaf Nations League, this is their first match. They want to set the tone with a victory. And of course, what they're looking to really do is win this group. Dominica and Anguilla are the other two teams in Group C. And if you win the group, you secure that you move up to League B, the next edition, and you get a chance to play in the prelims, which means you have an opportunity to go to the Gold Cup, potentially, if you are successful in the prelims. Otherwise, you don't have any chance to go to the Gold Cup, so it's very crucial that you win your group here in League C. All right, some subs coming in for St. Lucia. Saw Call come in, and then we'll also see Oziri.
Ladies and gentlemen, St. Lucia making a double sub.
And there's still an injury right now for St. Lucia. It does appear that Call is going to come in for the injured player anyway. Mcfarlane has the game winner at the moment. Limping off. Sub being made for Dominica as well. Pelletier checks in. And again, Mcfarlane was coming out anyway.
16 going on for Dominica, Travis Joseph. 5 coming in, passing penalty.
Joseph came out, by the way, for Dominica. So lots of subs, lots of changes, and a beautiful save! Punched out by Prince. What a stop. It's going to be a corner for St. Lucia. No good looks off that corner kick, but again, possession rolls back in the midfield for St. Lucia. Swung right. Service in. Bounced out by the Dominica defense. Right back in the box. Shaded out. Here's that save again. Look at those hops from Prince. Unreal. Gives his team a chance.
Simple. Go, go, go. Watch it. Jump in, jump in, jump in. Good. Sorry, sorry. Hold, 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 hold. Yes, yes, yes. Behind, 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 behind. Come on, come on. Forward! Forward! Hey,
Can hear
hey, hey, come on! Yes, come on!
that Dominica is really trying to put some press on. They understand that the clock is not their friend right now. Remy forced out. He's the last to touch. A goal kick for Prince.
Hey, jump, jump, jump!
Prince up the middle. Intercepted by Remy, who's shoved from behind. That's a new sub in Longden with the knock. Myers. Another cross, batted down. Myers again for St. Lucia. Pass tapped out. Here's a corner coming. No rush here for St. Lucia. Again, we're in Rizzo, Dominica, trying to set up the perfect play. Make it 2-0. Fired, back post, mistimed. And that second chance just goes wide.
Thank you. Play, play, play. Talk by not too early. Hey, hand. When the play shot, come out here. Play, come out here, come out here. Come on, hey. Leicester. Go inside now. Leicester. Yes. Watch it. Outside
The problem for Dominica right now is they haven't been able to get the ball back, and so St. Lucia can just sort of work it around, kill some time,
Back in. Make sure.
take a shot if it's there. No rush on that, though.
Hey. Oh, there. Sherman. No, Sherman, too early.
Clean tackle. Jolly's been playing well today. Got that for Dominica. Then a costly turnover.
Hey, go on.
Another foul. Hitting the arm. Also kind of hitting the head. Was Frederick there? Again, Kurt Frederick, captain. Immediately goes. Remy. Nice touch. No shot, though. Williams.
Come on, Ibo.
Wade. St. Lucia. Looking for some transition opportunities. Pass cut off. There's an opportunity. Left-footed shot denied. Sari the sub. Augustine. Burst of speed. Long ball. Almost connects with Wade. Still chasing after it. Dominica ball. Will get the toss in.
Back in, Remy, back in. Come on, Remy, back in. Come on, Remy, back in. Come on. Stay inside, Hank. Stay inside. Yes. Go on, pop behind, go on.
Prosper. Frederick. Makes a move. But his passes to no one. Williams pushes it back. St. Lucia still with it. Moves left. Joseph. Here's a chance off the back of a body. That's a new sub in Pelletier who just rejected. But again, if you're Dominica, you don't want to be playing defense right now. Call Pelletier. Obviously turned to not get a handball. There's some exhausted players down right now for Dominica. Hamilton again just giving a little bit of a warning, head referee today. Appears to be Wade in need of some assistance down right now. Remember, it's 86 degrees in Dominica right now. It's been a hard-fought and very physical match. So that's actually George that's down, and now is going to walk off the pitch. Dominica will make a sub. Hervier will come in. They'll also put in Lockhart, Sydney Lockhart.
Let's go, hey, hold. Yes, come on, Shaq, come on. Watch it, ball, watch it. Yes, back in. Hey, there's another one, yes, play.
Two subs for Dominica, number 10, Anthony Frederick going out.
Play.
Number 8 coming in, Donald Jervier.
Yeah, so Lockhart takes out George. That injury forcing him to leave the game.
And Sydney Lockhart, number 11, coming in.
Barclet.
No, tell him go.
Call. Tackled out. Williams gets in front of that, and a corner's coming for St. Lucia. I think he thought Williams that went out on call. He definitely, though, had it at his feet when it crossed the line. We'll see this again. Yeah, honestly, call just cleared him. And it was a good tackle all ball, but definitely out on Dominica. Way high. These set pieces for both sides have not looked particularly strong. But again, if you're St. Lucia, there's a lot to build off of this match if you can hang on. Still time. Right outside the area, a foul is called on Dominica. That's Lockhart, who just checked in, and a player for St. Lucia's in a ton of pain. The follow through was all foot. Let's see. Well, they both collided there. It appears to be that ankle being nursed right now. Duxilli slow to get up, limping around, but is going to continue on for St. Lucia. They're getting some water and obviously does have to step off for a little while.
Guys, all aboard, hey! All aboard, Blues, come on! Hey, no, hey, let's go, hey, Terrell, let's go! Hey, let them reach, please! Hey! Let them get there! Up! Vino! Let them get there!
Barclet looking at a shutout here. This team can hold on. Pelletier. Prince honestly has had a couple of saves that has really kept Dominica in the match, but the offense once again hasn't been there, as we'll get 5 minutes of stoppage time for Dominica. I was talking about this as a storyline prior to the game, that they had 24 shots in their first 2 games combined, but only 1 goal to show for it. And the question was, will that trend continue? Or was it more about just easing into this Concacaf Nations League and now the 3rd time around things change? Well, it seems like things haven't changed too much. St. Lucia's going to make a couple of subs. This should be it for them sub-wise. So Tev Lawrence will come in and Shinoy Evans will come in as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 4th official added 5 minutes. 5 minutes of added time.
Very leisurely walk from these St. Lucia players for obvious reasons. Dominica clears that one out, and there is a player down for St. Lucia. Kind of full force. Met the defense. That's Call. Excuse me, that's actually their captain in Kurt Frederick. And you can see Hamilton just trying to get everybody up and continuing play. Dominica. Once again, the passes just have not been very clean. Sliding down, but keeping it. What a play there from Evans off the bench. Lawrence stripped in the middle for Dominica. Evans boxed out. A little bit of an aftermath there, as we saw that Evans was called for a foul and just kind of kept going, him and Bonnie. Let's see this. Yeah, so it was called there. Close call. Barclet hauls it in.
Hey, hey!
Coach, you're outside.
Next side! Next side! Yes! Thank you! Hey! Yes, yes, yes! Hey! Hey! Man on, man on, man on!
St. Lucia to really put this away, and Prince again off the fingertips over the crossbar and out. St. Lucia will get a corner kick. Everyone getting set up. This might take us to the end. Quickly given right back to Dominica. Wade off the back of his head. Looks like he was called for a foul. I think the referee's saying it hit him in the hand, which might have been true. Again, St. Lucia back with the ball, and now they can just kind of drain the clock. Let's see. Yeah. And there's a final whistle. So St. Lucia hits the road in their first Concacaf Nations League game, and they beat Dominica. Final score is 1-0, and it comes down to a great little sequence, a goal. Remy with the assist, and Javek Mcfarlane with the finish. And what a start for St. Lucia. They pick up 3 points, and Dominica doesn't pick up any. So already ahead of Dominica in the standings here in Group C is St. Lucia, and they've only played one game. Dominica's time is over in Concacaf Nations League, and they go home with 2 draws and 1 loss. Of course, there is a March window coming up, but for now in June, that is it for Dominica. All right, we will take a quick break, and then we'll come back with highlights in this one, again, between St. Lucia and Dominica. Final score is 1-0. St. Lucia wins. wrapping up this Concacaf Nations League match, St. Lucia, Dominica, and here are the highlights. So immediately some pressure on Glenson Prince, and then Barclet on the other side for St. Lucia, also making a diving stop. But we wouldn't see a lot of shots in the first half. St. Lucia did get the benefit of a couple of fouls and cards, specifically by Dominica in the first half. So you see Laval getting that first card. And then there's Barclet with his best save. Not only denies a shot, which was a tough angle, but a cross. And then right after that, Dominica just sails one over the crossbar on a set piece. There is another card given out. This time it's to Celestine Theodore Jr. Prosper gets a card for Dominica, and that's all in the first half. So again, it just kind of speaks to the physical play that we saw from both sides. This one maybe should have been a card. Wade seemed like he had a clear path to make something happen for Dominica, but it's a foul nonetheless. So that's just the first half. We don't have a score, nothing, only a couple of shots for each side. See another foul committed by Prosper. And then on a set piece, bounces around, easy jump up. Okay, so before this was a turnover by Dominica, and something bad happens, a goal, the lone goal in this game. Remy has a chance on the right wing, Mcfarlane pokes it in, and that's the difference in this one. You see Barclet, the keeper, comes all the way up to celebrate with Mcfarlane. St. Lucia actually has more good looks to finish than Dominica, who's playing from behind. But Barclet with a fantastic jump up. The problem is when he goes to cover, he's outside the box. And so you think that Dominica has a great look. That shot was not very strong from Wade. It deflects off the wall. And then Prince with a phenomenal stop to at least keep it 1-0, but his team doesn't have any answer for St. Lucia. And Prince, again, he's continuing to make great stops, but the problem is no more shots really for Dominica, and that is the final whistle. So Dominica drops one at home, and St. Lucia with a nice start to their time in the Concacaf Nations League June window. All right, so that will wrap it up for us. Again, you saw the highlights there, and Dominica drops this one to St. Lucia 1-0 at home here in the Concacaf Nations League. That will be it for me, Maura Sheridan.